Well, good morning, everybody. Let me get my volume up here. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to today's Esoteric Influences. Let me find my notes here. There we go. I have too many sticky notes up, and I got to figure out which one it is. So before we start I'm going to shuffle a little bit because I'm doing this before I do the somewhat daily tarot and rune. And I find that I miss shuffling while I talk. So I'm just going to kind of sit here and shuffle my cards like this while I do this and see if it helps me today. But anyway, we have an 11 energy today. We're not going to reduce that to 2. 11 is a master number for illumination and enlightenment. And I think, though, today we may experience more than simply that energy. It's also reinforced by a 6-month and a 22 years. So in a sense, we have higher self with the 6, right? That's higher self-influence. And then the 22 years, another cosmic, it's the cosmic builder number. It's another master number for profound change, right? Profound manifestation. So I think when you see that type of energy for today, we've got a real soul level type of energies that are coming in and informing our perceptions. And we could see some really interesting change that takes place today, or you might start to see some truth open up. That's another thing. When you have an 11 energy, a lot of the time it's about what the truth is going to be revealed. And I think that we have been on the precipice for that for some time now. Lots of deception, lots of ineptness, lots of cluelessness, lots of grift going on. And so we need to know what all that is. And who knows, maybe today with this 11 energy, if we're paying attention, we might notice something that later on, if it doesn't really come into fruition today, it might be the beginning of something. And so you take notice, and then maybe a couple of weeks or a couple months from now, something happens and you look back and you think to yourself, well, this was the day that whole thing began. So I tend to take note of these days simply because I like to look back and just see if there's any kind of a pattern that might emerge. Just because I like to do stuff like that anyway. But right now we're going to want to be aware of unexpected truth and the transformation that follows with this 11 energy, this 6 energy for the month, and this 22 energy for the year. So, I mean, it's kind of a higher self gateway in a way. So allow that energy to gel and transform today. So anyhow, the rune for today is Hagalaz, the 9th rune of the Elder Futhark. It's known as the Witch rune. It's the first of 3 Norn runes. It brings order to chaos by reestablishing the framework necessary for change. So how that would then, you could incorporate that into your life today, is to allow that which no longer serves to end while embracing that which heals and protects. So we're talking about the actual meaning of Hagalaz. It's the Witch rune. It represents the goddess Hela, destruction within an established boundary, hail. It's, again, the Norn rune of the past, the celestial ice egg, protection, luck. It's useful in trance work, and it's a water element rune. The moon's in Aquarius today. Well, until Pisces. It's in Pisces. It went into Pisces at 2:32 a.m. this morning, my time, on the West Coast here in the United States, Pacific Daylight Time. So emotions could be in flux with Pisces influencing here. And if you're empathic, you also may find you have difficulty separating your emotions from those belonging to others. So take time out if that becomes the case, if life gets a little too stressful, and realign and reset your boundaries, especially if you're an empath or highly sensitive. This is, whenever the moon's in Pisces, it just intensifies all that whole experience, that emotional resonance of everybody, and you're going to pick up on it. You know, anything that's vampiric is going to find its way to you. So, you know, you just draw it in, you do. Simply by your own receptive resonance. It's just what empaths are. So anyway, just be careful, do some shielding if you have to, but take care of yourself, because the other thing about empaths is that people come to us with their troubles and their problems, and they want compassion. We have to be able to do that for them. And if we're all zapped out from all the energies that we're experiencing, it's a little difficult. So, you know, be there for others, but only if you've taken time to align. Otherwise, it's not going to come out right. It just won't. They're going to sense your resistance because you're just exhausted. It isn't that you don't want to, it's just you don't have anything left, right? That's really all it is. So now for the human design section, the combination of the planetary positions and the I Ching, On this master number 11 day of illumination, the channel of awareness is still guiding our path. And remember, the channel of awareness is the design of a thinker. So we're thinking about things right now. We're not just simply reacting. We need to take in the whole picture before we react, in other words, so that our reaction actually serves the greater purpose instead of whatever hostile reaction we want to have in the moment to whatever's happening to us. It's like, okay, don't make it worse, because people right now are willing to let you make it worse and are going to work with that to try to stop the progress we're trying to make right now vis-a-vis racial justice and social change and all of that. Higher principles drive our shared direction with others. That's the sun's placement. As we maintain our composure, the moon's placement, letting go, which could be difficult with the moon also in Pisces, letting go of past hurts in an effort to build a new future together. And that's the earth's placement. As leaders emerge from both the community and the political arena, that's Venus's placement. Some level of temperance might be required. Mercury's placement to preserve the ground we've gained. Seek a higher vision and we will prevail. That's Mars's placement. So I don't know. We're in an odd time of change and transformation. Let this energy work for you today, this 11 energy in particular, and see where it takes you. So in any event, thanks you so much for watching. I'm going to go ahead and close out and start the somewhat daily tarot and rune reading. So stay tuned for that. Be good to yourself, be good to one another, and blessed be.